I walked dusty roads with 12 men I called friends, pouring my life into them for 3 years. Judas Iscariot was one of them, the keeper of our shared purse, trusted with every coin we scraped together from kind strangers. I saw his flaws from the start, the way his eyes lingered on wealth, the subtle dips into the money meant for the poor. Yet I chose him, washed his feet in the upper room, broke bread with him, taught him parables under starlit skies. Like a father funding a wayward son's every whim, I invested my words, my miracles, my heart, hoping to draw out the light buried beneath his greed. It began unraveling that final night in Jerusalem. We gathered for Passover in a borrowed room, the air thick with lamb scent and unspoken tension. I had foretold my death, but they didn't grasp it fully, Peter boasting of loyalty, the others murmuring in confusion. As we reclined at table, I felt the shadow deepen. "Truly I tell you," I said, my voice steady amid their puzzled stares, "one of you will betray me." Gasps rippled around the circle. They whispered, "Is it I, Lord?" Even brave Peter. But Judas, seated so close I could smell the betrayal on him, like sour wine turning to vinegar, asked the same, his eyes avoiding mine. I dipped the bread in bitter herbs and handed it to him. "What you do, do quickly," I replied. No accusation, just truth. He slipped out into the night, the door creaking like a final sigh. 30 pieces of silver, that was his price, haggled with the chief priests in the temple's cold shadows. I knew, for I know all things. Those coins clinking in his pouch weighed heavier than mountains. For 3 years I had fed multitudes with scraps, healed the blind without charge, raised Lazarus from death's grip. Judas had witnessed it all. Water turned to wedding wine in Cana, storms stilled on Galilee, demons fleeing at my command. He saw me wash lepers' sores, forgive prostitutes, embrace tax collectors like Zacchaeus. Yet money eclipsed miracles. He grumbled when Mary anointed my feet with costly perfume, scolding, "This could have fed the poor." But it was not the poor he mourned, it was the purse growing lighter. I sat there after he left, the room quieter, the disciples' questions fading into prayer. My soul grew heavy, sorrow pressing like an olive press in Gethsemane. Why Judas? Of all 12, why him? I had prayed for him in lonely nights, wrestled in gardens while he slept. Like a mother stocking a child's fridge through lean times, buying furniture for their home, slipping cash for emergencies, I had given him purpose, a front row seat to eternity unfolding. He was no outsider, he was special, one of the inner circle. We traveled as brothers, shared meals by firelight, laughed at John's fishtails. His betrayal cut deeper than Roman spears ever could, not because I lacked foreknowledge, but because love makes every wound personal. Hours blurred into the garden's hush, Gethsemane's ancient olives twisted like pained witnesses, their gnarled roots drinking dew under moonlight. I knelt, sweat as blood falling, pleading with the Father, "If possible, let this cup pass." Not my will, but his. Angels longed to strengthen me, but restraint held them back. Then torches flickered, flames dancing like false hopes. Footsteps crunched gravel. Roman soldiers, temple guards, swords glinting, clubs raised. Over 100 strong, yet needing a guide to find one man in a familiar garden. Judas led them, his silhouette familiar, his stride purposeful. He approached through the grove, face pale as the silver in his pocket. Our eyes met, mine grieved, his averted, rehearsed words tumbling out. "Rabbi," he said, the title twisting like a knife. Then, the kiss, lips cold as death's breath on my cheek, a traitor's seal amid olive shadows. That simple gesture, meant for affection, branded me for arrest. Soldiers surged, hands seizing me. Peter swung his sword, slicing Malchus's ear in fury. I touched it, flesh knitting whole. Even in betrayal's storm, mercy flowed. "Put your sword away," I commanded. "Shall I not drink the cup the Father gives?" They bound me roughly, ropes biting wrists that had blessed children. Judas stood back, the kiss's echo hanging in the air. Did he feel the weight then? The priest's gold burning hotter than temple fires? As they dragged me toward Caiaphas's hall past sleeping disciples, I glanced back. His eyes darted, panic, perhaps regret, flickering like a snuffed candle. But he turned away, melting into night. 30 silver pieces his only companion. They marched me through torchlit streets, past homes shuttered against Passover's sanctity. Interrogation began in the high priest's courtyard, false witnesses stumbling over lies, Annas probing like a thief in the night. I am, I affirmed when pressed, truth-shattering silence. A slap followed, then spit. Echoes of Judas's kiss turned venomous. Peter denied me thrice by glowing coals, rooster crowing judgment. Dawn broke blood-red as they paraded me to Pilate, trading truth for Barabbas's guilt. Meanwhile, Judas unraveled. Matthew records it stark. Remorse crashed like waves on Galilee's shore. He hurled the silver at the temple, clanging accusations on marble floors. I have sinned, he confessed to priests who shrugged. Their plot fulfilled, his sole collateral. No mercy there. Blood money defiled, used to buy a potter's field for strangers' graves. Judas fled to a field, Akeldama, field of blood, and hanged himself, neck snapping under despair's noose. His end, a burst belly, bowels spilling like unspoken grief. 30 pieces for the Savior's life, eternal regret for his. From the cross, amid nails and mockery, I pondered him. Father, forgive them, I gasped, arms outstretched. Not just Romans or priests, Judas too, stumbling into darkness. For 3 years I had been his light, yet he chose shadows. Like a parent funding rent month after month, furniture for empty homes, dresses for weddings they'd never share, only to hear, we invited special people. I was excluded from his loyalty ceremony, betrayed in the garden's intimacy. He saw my tears in Bethany, my joy at Lazarus's tomb, my resolve entering Jerusalem on a donkey. Yet silver silenced it all. But here's the dawn after Gethsemane's night. Betrayal did not break me. It birthed purpose. That kiss launched the path to resurrection. Tomb empty, Mary's tears to joy, disciples fired anew. I appeared to them, scars proof of love's victory. Peter, thrice denier, became rock. Thomas, doubter, apostle. Even Judas's void was filled by Matthias, chosen by Lot. Betrayal's sting lost power in glory's light. Reflecting now across time's veil, I see patterns unchanged. Trusted ones, family, friends, dip into purses of trust, time, treasure. They fund dreams, wipe tears, stand guard in storms. Then comes the kiss. Secret deals, excluded hearts, silver outweighing souls. Calculate the cost. Years of provision, $33,000 or 30 shekels, same greed. They invade homes with lawyers of doubt, claiming confusion, demanding control. You owe us, they cry as priests shrugged at Judas. Yet empowerment rises like third-day dawn. Cancel the transfers, not of rage, but clarity. Change locks on hearts long picked. Hire wisdom's counsel. Document every gift-turned weapon. Walk gardens freely, converse with neighbors of true kinship. Visit graves of past loves, whisper awakenings. Neighbors bring coffee, not demands. Sisters affirm unseen truths. Security watches shadows pass, uninvited. Judas teaches, betrayal by special ones wounds deepest but reveals clearest. I knew the silver before it changed hands, the kiss before lips met. Still I washed his feet, offered bread. Love risks but does not enable endlessly. Adults must stand, not lean forever. When they threaten guardianship of your life, declare competence. I manage my affairs as I have for decades. Today I sit at tables eternal, scars glorified. Judas's chair empty but feast full. If you've funded betrayers, hear this. Rise. Silence their calls, reclaim your purse. Peace awaits, not in revenge, but release. The Father's will unfolds greater than silver's gleam. Betrayers may hang on regret's rope, but you walk free, kiss of death turned morning's light.